What up, guys? We back. This is the Noisy Business. If you're just tuning in to us, we've been on a little bit of a hiatus.
Unplanned. I think it's an unplanned hiatus.
It's true.
We just have gotten a little bit busy in our lives. Some of us have been
and the royalties have kind of dried up. So
the royalties have dried up, so here we are.
Listen,
we are here to fulfill those contracts.
We
ABC.
made 5 episodes and made a good cool million.
We made a hot million.
We made a hot million in the fastest way possible, which was
podcasting. Not the fastest way possible. There are faster ways.
Well, it's true.
Have you ever gone down Sunset Boulevard on a Friday night with an empty wallet?
Empty wallet?
There's a lot of horny homeless people.
Oh my!
I'm saying, if you're willing to work, you will make a hot million. That's a hot million right there.
A second. You're saying that the fastest way to make a million is to sexually please the homeless?
Now that I think of it,
so I'm walking around with an empty wallet, looking for homeless people.
Well, they would take your money.
Looking for a good time.
We're talking about how to make $1 million or spend $1 million.
Oh, well, you said empty wallet.
Yes, because you're gonna make that money.
Yeah.
Because you paid them for their services.
So
I don't know anything about economics.
So this explains how we went through $1 million.
Yeah.
So we're back making more podcasts.
Yeah. So the second fastest way to make money. The first fastest way we don't know yet. It's not paying $500 for handies. I was trying to be a good Samaritan. Is it?
Well,
do unto others.
To be honest, it was more of a $5 handy, but you're a good tipper.
I'm a great tipper.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, my tip, although is more of a $5 tip.
It's less than a handful.
What if my hand is really small?
Well, then it's not really a hand job then.
Guys,
we weren't going to talk about this stuff.
You know what? Let's get down to brass tacks.
Let's
get right to the chase. Salads. What the hell, am I right?
Come on. We just wanted to. We've been talking about salads for a good hour, and now we want to bring it to the public about salads right now, because we just got back from a cruise.
Let's break it down. Yeah. One of the reasons, other than jobs and trying to finish up school, we recently went on vacation.
We did.
Well, that's where we have been.
Me and Sean.
Just me and Brayton.
Celebrating my anniversary.
That's right. We were celebrating yours and Amy's anniversary. Beautiful couple.
That's true.
We had a great time, though.
My wife and I are married 8 years strong. For my anniversary, me and Sean go out.
Just to kind of
celebrate my anniversary.
Just to kind of mix it up a little bit. You know, just throw in a new flavor.
I see my wife almost every week. And
it's because it's in between all those vacations that we take.
We take a lot of
Babe, I really miss you, but Sean is treating me very well. You wouldn't believe what he pay you for just touching it.
Babe,
he's a great tipper.
I've been voluntarily living on the streets because Sean will go out and pay $500 for a 5 handy.
He's not investing his profits.
No. I feel like I go home and I talk about how you're squandering all this podcast.
And then Amy says, you should probably just keep taking advantage of him because we have a mortgage now.
It's true. We went on the cruise.
So go ahead. Talk about how adapting to real life is just not really in the cards anymore.
It is the worst. Like my version of vacation is a cruise, just because I like the thought of a floating hotel. And
being able to get pizza any time of day.
I can be
drink
lazy.
packages.
Oh, there's all the food and stuff aside, just someone cleaning your room is amazing. just being able to.
Yeah. When we get down to it, the ideal vacation is just somebody cleaning up after you.
It's true. It's weird how though you don't. The thought of someone else other than you cleaning the room. Sometimes you're like, when people have like maids or cleaning services, they'll clean their house a little bit so that they don't
Right.
So that they're not getting judged for
Right,
how dirty
right.
they are, even though you're hiring someone to come and clean it. In a cruise, I don't care at all.
Oh, yeah, you can leave whatever you
everything
want,
is
wherever you want.
Just mess, and I don't care if the person thinks that I'm the that I have that I brought a dead cat on.
You know, exactly. There's always going to be somebody
it's-
messier on that boat.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
for
There's
sure.
the hoarders and
Yeah.
the people that just stay on there and then they just
Yeah.
get room service.
No.
and-
I
yeah.
think it's just because you're like, these people are on vacation and they like their underwear on anywhere.
Anywhere.
And
They leave it
it's-
everywhere on purpose.
It's true. And why are there so many? This is a 4-day cruise.
4 days.
It's like, well, you give me 2 shrimp cocktails a night, things are bound to happen.
Things are going to happen. So we went, just to clarify, it wasn't just me and Brayton.
It's true. We had other friends.
For your
and my
25th anniversary, maybe it'll be just you and me.
Yeah, finally we'll get away.
We went with a group totaling 15 people, 7 couples, and Sam. and
That is the accurate description.
And
of
if
what
you
happened.
remember, yes, Sam from, what was it, weeks ago,
Episode
episode 3
4?
or something like that.
You guys
where
talked
Sam-
about tacos?
We talked about tacos and Inktober. So this was
okay,
back
there
in
you go.
October.
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
So anyway, Sam Voltmer was there, and I don't know why I'm like
Doxing him
going
right now?
out of my I'm going out of my way just to say there was 15 people. That's kind of a weird number. It's like no number. There were 7 couples, and Sam was there.
Yeah, it's
He
true.
was invited. It's
It's true. And Sam loved having you there.
Yeah.
Sorry that we could not wake you up for dinner on the last night.
yeah, but you know what?
He was a little
You
peeved.
were drinking all day. and
It
you
is
needed
true.
a
That's
nap.
what happens when you
When you take a nap at 7:30 and you don't set an alarm, it's gonna happen. You're gonna wake up at like 11:45.
Some of us were legitimately worried he fell off board.
Yeah, we looked for him before dinner, but then
And by legitimately worried, I mean I kind of thought about it and told no
it's
one.
like, you hesitated about it.
I was
about
like-
ordering that second shrimp cocktail.
I was
You're like, should I
it
order
was
this
between-
under Sam's not here?
I'll order a third one just in case Sam arrives.
There
But
you
in the
go.
back of my mind, I was like,
I'm gonna eat that bitch. Oh, so true. So we went to Catalina and we visited Ensenada as well on a 4-day cruise on Carnival. For me and my wife, as well as a couple other people,
I think
Callie
it
and
was
Sam as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
For
yeah.
a group of us, a small group of us, it was our first cruise experience, and I gotta say, it exceeded expectations. I've heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I've always heard cruises are fun, but I've heard more mixed reviews when it comes to Carnival cruises, especially like the shorter Baja ones,
Yes.
because the stops, the ports aren't as nice. Carnival is more of a family friendly.
yeah, well, they're the young, hip,
affordable.
affordable cruise line, and that's it's kind of a mixed bag because a lot of times when you go on, I guess, like Royal Caribbean, I haven't been on any of these ones, but this is just the word in the hot tub, as it were. You'll get a lot of older people who have been on them on these cruises talking about other ones.
Yes.
So they talk about how those ones are full of just old people. They don't care. And then Carnival is kind of the young person's version of that, where it's more affordable and they go to more places and they just emphasize on different things.
Gotcha. So would you say Carnival is more well known as like a party atmosphere on the
Yes.
boat? Because
Yes,
it
it is
didn't.
the
It
par-
didn't
it is
feel.
the
Like, it
party
didn't
boat.
feel like it had to be like a quote rager, you know. But there was a lot of fun drinks, and they don't skimp on the alcohol. I was super surprised at that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dancing. There's the nightclubs. So I think
They do a
It's-
really
you
good job on letting you know that you're on vacation. Do what you want.
Yes.
Put your dishes wherever you want.
put your underwear wherever
put
you
it
want.
wherever you want. Put it wherever you want.
You can try.
That's. I mean, there's things to just say.
You're on vacation.
Put it wherever you want. There's a
Carnival, put it where you want.
Yeah.
Hey, if Carnival, if you're listening to this,
Yeah, if you guys want to
gotta-
hire a crack team of marketers,
send us on a couple more cruises. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we'll
we're
figure
gonna
it out.
still stick with put it where you want.
yeah. Well, we don't. I don't think right now there needs to be an asterisk, but we'll put it out there.
Yeah, and as soon as I find out what an asterisk is, I'm sure I'm gonna want to put it inside that too. Is that what's underneath? Anyway,
moving on. But that's. I'm glad it actually exceeded your expectations because for me, I'm always having a good time, but as far as comparisons to the other Carnival cruises that I've been on, this one definitely was an older boat.
Right, it was.
You can definitely tell that the people who are working it are a little bit more tired of it, just for the fact that it's 6 months and you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And so these 4 days ones, you're just constantly seeing new people, and you can almost see that this one was a little played out.
Okay.
But otherwise, I always have a good time because it's vacation.
And going with a bigger group of people was always fun because
oh yeah,
everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, like when we stopped, you could go and do different stuff with different people. Though it was cool because there was enough of us that if you didn't want to do something, you didn't feel like you had to be obligated to do that just because other people were doing it.
Yeah.
There was always different groups of us doing something different.
Exactly. If you
always
wanted,
something to do.
if you didn't feel bad if you didn't want to be in the group at that time, because there was more than enough people to talk to each other to you can kind of go in and out, because sometimes when you are in a smaller group, you don't want to feel like you're leaving someone out, or if you're or should we include everybody, how are we going to make it work. It kind of was a good mix of independence and fun.
True. It worked out pretty well, especially considering like pretty much everybody's married. That were the couples except for Drew and Callie.
True.
Everybody else was married, and
Sam.
And well, he was in a couple.
Clearly on.
to emphasize again, 15.
Yeah.
50.
By
himself. It was pretty ballsy.
Oh yeah.
That was a baller move.
If anything, that shows how good of a friend Sam is to not let his other.
I think he could have brought a lady. He didn't. He wanted to not take away from the fact that he knew that we wanted to rip on him.
This is true. Sam, you're a good friend, and we'll always take a good joshing.
That's right. So anyway, coming back, it's been about a couple weeks.
It's 2 weeks, my friend.
And life is kind of just
13 days.
It's not worth living anymore, almost.
Oh,
it's hard.
You get a case of the cruisies blues.
You get the cruise blue balls.
Balls.
And it left me high and dry.
I can no longer put it wherever I want it.
I can't. I get in trouble.
Yeah. And by the way, I mean dishes. Like you can put your dishes wherever you want, but not at home. People get really angry.
Yeah.
Like Brayden, you're eating spaghetti in bed again.
In the shower again.
In the shower again. Also, stop eating spaghetti. That's a lot of calories. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Is this not keto?
Is this not keto? Yeah. But also being one of those things. We are back on diets because we're not on a cruise anymore. We can't be fed pizza all the time.
It's an uphill battle. Like it's almost different because dieting before a cruise, there's the reward of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna look better around the pool or the jacuzzi or walking around town with a tank top on. That's different. But then when you come back, everybody's gained weight. If you've done the cruise right, you should have gained weight. Oh. But then you've got all this extra poundage, and then it's like you're not going on a cruise anytime soon. It's like the motivation is just...
Just on a side note, I am taking a little bit of a left turn. I sunburned my legs probably too high. Like
on your thigh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like right where boxer briefs kind of end.
Uh-huh.
I have a huge sunburn that still itches today.
Well, that's not good at all.
No. So I was wearing my short shorts, and then I kind of pulled it up right where boxer briefs happen.
Yeah.
And so now I'm very, 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 very two-toned because I am a pale white.
So why
a pale white?
Why do you want such tan legs? That far above the knee.
It wasn't necessary.
It was a sexy thing, though. Do you want to feel sexy about yourself for once?
Well, you just want... So I wear shorts a lot, so it's just the line was further down. I was like, let's raise this. Let's raise the bar.
That's quite literally. Raise the bar.
Yeah.
Let's milk this. With my milky white thighs.
Yeah. So I raised the bar, and now the milk stops where my underwear does. The milk is I'm talking about my milky white legs.
Just to clarify.
Yeah.
Amongst other things, maybe. The sunburn has horrendous repercussions.
Oh, repercussions like no.
So, did you put aloe vera on that to soothe that burn?
I did not have any aloe on the cruise,
Okay.
and I
So-
am now nightly.
Did you not apply sunscreen at all?
Not that
Nearly
high,
enough.
because usually it's not out.
It's
It's not in public. But
Yeah,
I was
it's
on a
right.
cruise. I was like, screw all y'all. I'm on vacay.
yeah.
And so I didn't put on sunscreen.
Yeah,
at
that's
that
right.
point.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that I was out all that long. This is the thing about vacations and me.
Okay.
I lose track of time, and I probably was out there for all 4 days. It could be. It's how my legs feel. But I just thought I was out there for like a half hour.
But the
not
thing
even
is-
half hour, maybe 15
But
minutes.
But the thing is like it's almost been 2 weeks, and you said you're still.
Oh, it still itches. I think it's starting to pill.
But it's such a.
But
the
it's-
skin is so baby and soft and tender.
Yeah,
it's like,
it is.
It shouldn't be peeling.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is it okay for it to be leather now?
It should be leather now. Like an old cowboy's inner thigh.
Like an old cowboy.
Riding
Like,
horse.
have you ever seen someone wear chaps on the outside of their pants? These are my legs.
Oh man, your wife is a lucky lady.
That is true. That's why we are 8 weeks strong.
8 weeks.
That's
8
collective.
years.
That's collectively how many times I've seen her.
Okay. So we're getting back to trying to eat right. And
Yeah.
before we started this podcast, I told Bray before he came over, because Garrett was he bailed last minute.
It's true. It's
So-
true. Garrett is still part of the podcast.
He's still
just
part of the
not in
podcast. He's not here. That's why it's significantly quieter.
this. That's why we are not talking over each other,
That's
and it's
right.
more of a conversation.
Yes, that's why it feels more like a natural conversation. So I told Brayden he could come over early before the podcast and we could go get something healthy. And I knew in my area there's not a whole lot of healthy options, but there's like Chipotle you could do,
Yeah, you can
a
make
bowl,
that
a couple
work.
other things. And we stumbled across Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
And we were like, we could probably do sandwiches without bread. There's, Subway does salad bowl
Yeah.
that Brayden has done a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So we go in, and we're looking through the menu. It was kind of hard to find, but at the bottom left, there was a little subcategory almost, and it was called wraps and tubs.
And so we were like, what kind of backwards ass?
I was like, why? Why?
Who refers to a bowl as a
tub? And turns out that
And also for you to know that they mean salad.
I was like, exactly. Why should you feel embarrassed about ordering a salad and having to say, please give me one tub?
Yeah.
It's-
Or like, have you ever been to that 4-star restaurant and you're like, I'll have the steak and a side tub.
And a side tub, please. Just a side tub. It's like,
Yeah.
The cob tub?
Yeah, the cup tub, please.
Yeah. So, they should, instead of the tub, they should have called it a trough. Because it's actually
That
more
was a little bit
in
more
the
of a
shape
trough, yeah.
of a trough.
It's true.
But it actually worked pretty well.
I didn't mind it. I didn't
No.
mind it.
And it was good. It was tasty. I
Yeah,
gotta say.
yeah. You know, you got your meats, you got your cheese, you got your lettuce.
Get
you
it
got-
Mike's way.
Yeah,
Get the
yeah.
the red wine vinegar and like the seasonings on there.
Yeah, why not?
It's good.
Yeah.
Save yourself some calories. Bread is the devil.
Oh yeah, for rent, guys. Carbs are totally 2006.
Exactly.
We 2018 right now.
Who wants to eat their feelings when
Yeah.
you can eat a tub? Oh, we should sell that to Jersey Mike's.
Oh!
We're like, are you guys the same guys that did the slogan for Carnival?
Yeah.
Put it where you want.
Put it where
it's
you
actually stick it in your ear now. Carnival. Stick it in your ear on the high seas. Yeah.
The customer reviews are down.
Yeah. Customer reviews are down. It's like, that's why we're
you know
doing-
what-
Why do you think we
but you
stoop
know
to
what-
our level for Jersey Mike's?
But you know what we say? Stick it in your ear.
Stick it in your ear, Carnival.
But yeah, so we were just talking about the differences between salads. Like, I go to Subway all the time.
Right.
And when you order a salad there, they bring out this
Here's the
big-
thing. Let's set this up.
So
Here we go.
So Jersey Mike's has their tub.
Yeah, and
Which-
that's bad enough.
Which
but
is fine.
they
It's
put
a nice
the gloves on. They
Oh, yeah.
wrap it. They wrap up the cheese and the meat for you. They cut it up.
It's true.
They ask you if you want more lettuce on top. It looks good. The proportions are there.
And it's also the trough that we refer to. It's a plastic container that is fresh and it's ready to go. So
Yes.
it's new and it hasn't been used before.
Right.
And it's just ready for your little tub.
Exactly,
salad.
and that sounds kind of weird when we're setting it up that way. However, Subway does something a little bit different.
Yeah, you go to Subway.
You
and
order a bowl, right?
well, no, yeah. First, you go up to there and they say, "Welcome to Subway. And
Welcome to Subway, huh?
Yeah, welcome to Subway, huh? And I say, hey guys. And so I walk up and they're like, what do you want? And so first
like, what do you want?
First I say,
Cookie. Rude. You can buy 3 cookies, 3 times as disappointed with yourself after trying to be healthy. Well, that sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, so I'll say salad. And then they look at me like, what did you just say?
What did you
I
say?
said, I'll have a salad. And so they'll go, okay, hold on a second. And what they'll do is they'll go to the back, which I can only assume is the bathroom.
because they're clanking around back there. It's not like they're going somewhere where they store the reusable bowls. No, they're
back there way too long. And why? It's because
they have to use the restroom. They're like, if I'm going to the bathroom, I might as well be, going pee, checking my phone, and grabbing that bowl that they keep under the sink.
Because it's only one. They have a salad bowl, and it is designated the salad bowl.
It's the mixing bowl.
Because it looks like the toilet bowl.
That's right. It looks like they keep this thing under the sink when it's leaking. Because that's what they do.
They gotta toss it out.
And they're like, oh shit, I left a salad in here. I don't know. I'll just leave it.
Yeah.
So they come out, it's here's the thing. If it was like a black bowl, you wouldn't be able to tell if it was as dirty or as old. No, it's a white bowl, not an off-white bowl. It's a pure white bowl that you can see every scuff and dirt mark
so
on.
like, you know how so it's a big old plastic white bowl, and you know how you have like a cutting board and you see all the cut marks from all your stuff? That it is covered in that.
This thing has seen some abuse.
The reason why this is so visceral for us particularly is we were there the first time that I ever ordered a salad from Subway, and we had never seen them make a salad before, so we saw it at the same time. And when they brought the bowl out, we looked at each other
like,
because it was like, you're not making it in that. You're not.
There was a second where it's like,
yeah,
just put it on the bread.
I take back everything I said. I don't want to eat here anymore.
Yeah, and the fact that they were the expression when you order a bowl from Subway is like they're annoyed that they have to go hunt down the bowl in the first place, and then I don't remember them like putting on a fresh pair of gloves or anything. I don't know. It's just, I think the whole thing is sketchy.
So then as soon as they bring the bowl out, you're like, I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, and you feel bad.
Now.
That bowl is old. That thing has been there since, whenever it was still like a Hungry Howie's Pizza before it was a Subway.
It looks like a bowl that has always been there. They just didn't realize they had one, and then the first time someone ordered a salad, they're like, well, we can't put it on bread.
Oh, we can put it on the bowl.
Okay,
on the bowl.
Go grab the bowl.
And
then they dump the sink water out, and then you got your salad.
or not.
Or not, or it's
and then
dressing.
The way they throw and tear up the ingredients at Subway is just so. It's like
they're just mashing it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this salad bowl was the antagonist in a Mel Gibson movie where the bowl killed Mel Gibson's daughter, and Mel Gibson's like, "I'm gonna f you up, bowl," and then he didn't leave the bowl to die, but he's got some scars.
Oh, for sure. So it's basically that part in The Patriot when they kill his son, and then he goes ape shit with a tomahawk. It's like he's making a salad. That's Subway.
That's where they got the idea.
Yeah. They're like, whatever energy you have to channel into making this salad, watch that movie and use that. Basically, if you go to Subway and order a salad, think of it as asking them to really badly blend your salad. It's like if you can you go grab a blender real quick and then just go on chomp and mash, and they're basically just doing it slowly in front of you.
Yeah, and the thing is, the thing about Subway is that they make the food right in front of you, and they still never care.
They should change that.
Let me go behind the secret wall so you're not as depressed whenever you say extra pickles and I just put 2 more on there. It's like, can I get a little bit extra mustard on there? Yeah. And they look at you like, guess my kid's not getting mustard tonight, a-hole.
They should reconsider that when it comes to salad, because
all that's there is a sneeze guard.
Some things we shouldn't watch happen.
Exactly. I don't want to see that happen. It's like, hey, you're only paying like $6 for a meal, dude. This is what you get.
It's true. Oh, and just forget asking for avocado. They'll be like, "Oh, you good? Oh, you're on the keto diet now?"
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, bro. Oh man. I remember one time it was whenever Subway was premiering the Reuben sandwich for the first time.
Oh,
and so it was like, I was dumb.
Yeah, no,
I don't know
no.
if I was drinking or not, but I was like, I'm going to try that Reuben sandwich. So I go in, and I ask for it, and they said, yeah, the Reuben sandwich. And the kid goes up.
You asked for
and
it?
he looks at all the cold cuts that are in the, in all the things, and he's like, right. and I see his eyes, I follow his eyes. He goes to the turkey. No. Tuna. No, that doesn't
Close.
scream Reuben.
Close. It kind of
Roast beef.
It's pink.
No. And I'm like, oh, I think the corned beef or whatever is on this side, pastrami. And he's like, oh yeah. And I was like, at that point, I didn't know if he
We're
was
not
new or
supposed
not.
to be making.
And so he starts to make the sandwich, and he slides it down, and he's the only one there at that hour. And we get to the toppings, and he's like, lettuce and tomato on there. I'm like, can I get it toasted first? Because it should be, with the cheese,
A Reuben
should be toasted.
toasted.
He's like, right. So he toasts it, and then he comes out, and then I'm like, are you going to put sauerkraut on it? Because I know from the poster that's on the wall behind him, it's
There's
like,
clearly
get
supposed to
tasty,
be.
like tangy sauerkraut, toasted, melted cheese, all the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't know what he's doing. And then I get it, and it was a terrible sandwich.
Ooh.
I had to walk him
Yeah.
through how to make it.
Yeah.
And that was the second worst experience besides
Like,
the salad bowl.
Move over.
It's like Subway's not doing good.
No.
They're not doing good.
No.
That's like your friend that you don't really talk to that you used to go to high school with. And you see him maybe once or twice a year, because I probably go to Subway once or twice a year now. And when I go there, I just feel really bad.
Yeah.
And I just pretend I'm happy and happy to be there, but I'm not really. I'm just like, dude, you
No.
don't even know how to make a Reuben sandwich.
Yeah.
And a sandwich.
What are you doing with your
What are you doing with your life, man?
Yeah. But as far as salads go,
But at least they call it a salad bowl.
It's
and
true.
not a tub.
and not a tub. At least they got some things right.
They got
But speaking of salads, one of the worst things if you're at a nice place when they cut a head of iceberg lettuce and then just drizzle some blue cheese on it and
Maybe
try and
there's-
trick you.
There's
here's
there's
the
bacon
trick.
bits on it.
Yeah, yeah. Excuse me, this is a nice place. We
like-
got bacon bits.
This is like
Who are you trying to
a
fool?
deconstructed salad.
Yeah,
Are you
it's kind
kidding
of,
me?
It's kind of the opposite of what they do and kind of lightly blend you at Subway. This one, they don't do anything. They're basically telling you to garden
They're
it
like,
yourself.
They're like, how can we prepare a really cheap appetizer that's cheap for us, that we can overcharge, that we can just chop one thing and it's done.
Yeah, it's like
Cobb salad.
It's like someone thought that they were being smart and said, "Oh, at a fancy place, people use forks and knives.
That's right.
So let's incorporate that into salad." No, let's
keep it-
finish making the
They're like,
salad
you know
and
what,
bring it
you-
out so I can just have my fork.
You know what's the really hot ticket these days? Bulky produce.
Bulky produce?
no.
Oh, I see.
Was
I
it that
thought you were
much of a
serious.
stretch?
I thought you were serious. I'm
Sorry.
like, what?
I know. Whenever I start talking about produce, you automatically get distracted.
It's true. Well, you're
Kumquats,
always serious about
Kumquats
produce,
is
bro.
always just two syllables from really, really just revving my engine.
Just
Actually, not even just come and then quats.
Just stick it in your ear. Why don't you?
Stick
right?
it in your ear, please. So, anyway, talking about all this salad is even more painful than normal. Not just because we're back from the cruise, but actually, as in noisy business fashion, I'm going to highlight what today is.
Oh, what's
Today's
today?
actually National Donut Day.
Oh God!
Oh, gosh dang.
No!
And it's not there because donuts are delicious.
Oh,
But it's actually
Donuts
the
are
first
so
Friday in
good.
June, as far as I know, is known as National Donut Day. And whenever Garrett was gonna come, I was setting up trivia because we were gonna do donut facts.
ooh!
Or if that wasn't gonna go through,
Do you have some DFs?
no, because Garrett, whenever I was working on it, he's like, not gonna come.
Oh, and then that just threw you into
I was
depression,
like,
and you're like, I can't finish
Because
anything.
I was like, what am I gonna do? I was like, I guess me and Brayton could talk about salad for 40 minutes.
By the way, guys, I'm so proud that we have just we have stuck to salads for so long.
We are
If you're
beginning
still-
to just skim the
if you're-
surface.
If you're still listening, I want you to be my friend. Because you have been a part of this, and this is great. If I don't know you, please be my friend.
Listen, this is part of my future stand-up material, but you know when you're younger, your parents give you the talk, and they're like, you're getting older, your body's going through some changes. Here's the thing, asshole parents, you really need to be smart enough and give your kids the second talk. When they're around well, after they turn 25, maybe they're getting closer to 30,
Ooh.
you need to sit down with your kid and be like, listen, son, you're not 25 anymore. You're going through what's called second puberty. Your body's going to be going through some changes. You're going to be getting more hair on your body that you're not used to.
You may want to think about slowing down the beer because it is going to adversely affect your metabolic rate.
Exactly. You're drinking liquid bread, and it's not going to leave your stomach anymore. It doesn't matter how much you run. Running's going to get
You
worse.
will not outrun this.
Exactly.
You will not.
It's going to get really sad. You're just going to eat salad. That's all you're going to want to
It's
talk
true.
about on your podcast.
It's
Welcome to the Salad Hour Power Hour.
the solid power hour.
And I'm actually pretty excited.
I hope you got your kimchi and your kale shakes.
We're doing a top 10 countdown of the top 10 worst dressings to put on your salad. Number 1,
Thousand Island dressing!
You dumb bitch!
You goddamn-
you fucking! I'm
Why
gonna
would you
take
even-
Thousand
okay,
Island.
first
I'm gonna
off,
tear you up like Mel Gibson
Alright.
does that freaking red coat.
Who had the great idea to bottle Satan's diarrhea? Because that is what Thousand Island
there might be.
dressing
Let's
is.
let's take a second to apologize.
Let's take-
to nobody if you're feeling.
Oh, for sure.
Sorry.
I have
Thousand Island.
999 more reasons why Thousand Island dressing is the worst. First off, why are we putting relish in any dressing? That is a mistake.
Wait. No, tartar sauce isn't bad though. You put relish in tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce is a
But
different.
for fish.
Is a different
No,
thing.
yeah, you don't put tartar sauce on salad.
Not everyone likes fish in the first place. So if you're
Right. Also, a sauce and a dressing is
situation.
different. Let's go back to just dressing. I apologize.
Yeah, how dare you, sir? I got 998 more reasons.
Okay, but we're not gonna.
But we're not gonna get into
Yeah,
all
with Thousand Island, what are you doing? I remember being a kid and being like, I guess I'll have Thousand Island, and then realizing that there's like ranch and French dressing, and then French's sexy cousin Catalina dressing. Blue
back
cheese,
in the day-
honey mustard.
back in the day, it was all about that wishbone Italian.
The wishbone Italian. Ooh.
Mama
My
mia.
parents, we would all gather at the end of the salad dressing aisle at the Food for Less, and we would say, "Look, this is the one we can't afford." And we would go for the store brand that's like
of
3
course.
times as big, 90% the same.
For sure.
Doesn't taste the same because it's not wishbone.
No, you goddamn right.
Exactly. I was like, your family, you're a goddamn liar for saying your family can afford wishbone. I didn't know your dad was doing that.
No. You're goddamn right because
It's like, yeah.
they get the off-brand stuff and you're like, why is this oil so different than the other kind?
How different could it
But
be?
then-
A lot
but
different.
then
It's
what-
not the
but then-
virgin olive oil. It's the olive oil that's been tossed around a few
Oh my
times.
god!
Been
And
shared.
there aren't enough confetti or whatever it is that they put in stuff.
The ingredients. Okay, here's Brayden. Please tell me the recipe. What are the ingredients of Italian? Olive oil, good start, and confetti. Okay, strong start. You were there. You got it half. You're only half wrong.
50%? I don't know.
Italian.
But yeah, once a year, roughly around my birthday, they get wishbone, and I would put that
Instead of a cake and pretzels, they would get you. They would get you the small bottle size, not the family.
No.
And then you would just
great
put the
to-
whole bottle, and you would just kind of have a soup salad.
I would have soup salad.
And then all your siblings would look at you and then say, "Man, oh
dirty
man,
bitch.
if I knew when my birthday was, I'd be asking for wishbone dressing." The life of a
I'd look at them and
homeschooled
I'd
poor
say,
kid. Yeah,
"Stick it in your ear."
Stick it in your ear, Hillary.
This
This is my birthday month.
Yeah, and then I'd just squeeze the bottle and confetti would come out.
That was pretty good.
Did someone have wishbone right now?
And then Trevor's birthday rolls around. He's like, I don't know. I'll have Thousand Island, I guess. I didn't know you were. I didn't know. That's when we found out.
That's an inside baseball joke.
But they put Thousand Island spread is basically what they put on In-N-Out, and that's delicious.
Oh, I do not get that. I do not.
You
get
don't
that.
do spread?
No.
Ooh.
No. I always sub it out for ketchup and mustard.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah. No, animal style, no. More like nah, Demal style.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm finding out a lot of new things.
It's true. I will have a light spread on a Reuben though.
Okay.
That I'll accept it there.
All right.
But that's because they're disguising it
All
with
right.
a delicious sandwich.
Okay. Lord of the Rings.
Talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Talk about it.
So the series is coming out,
Bum,
and
bum,
if you
ba, ba, ba. That's
pay
what it
attention to YouTube or social media postings on the side when we've had time and we're not podcasting, I've been having a
Sean's
small
been- yeah, Sean-
side series
You've been doing a really good job putting
content.
content out.
Yeah,
putting stuff
and
together. That's
I'm prepping for the Lord of the Rings show. That's it. The latest they're gonna be putting it out is next November. That's the very latest.
That's
that they
the
can do it.
latest?
That's the latest.
So they gotta.
So I
do
think-
they already have a story?
There's nothing that's been confirmed, but the latest that I'm going to be talking about on my next video is the newest rumors are speculating that the series is going to be focusing young Aragorn as the main character,
Yes.
which
Yes.
is going to be sick.
I'm so glad.
Which
that
is
would be-
it's not the most original idea with how wide of a world Tolkien created, but
also
it's a safe one because it's a character we already know, and there's enough stuff that they can do and pull from history or even do flashback that it could work really
the
well.
hard part about that is since it is a character that we know. If they're doing a story about him, and I imagine it's before the ring,
Right.
Possibly while he's a ranger, having him interact with other characters that you know
Right.
would be weird.
You
like,
think so?
Well, depending on how close they want to stick to the lore.
The thing is,
Him seeing Frodo would be kind of weird because then they
he's
wouldn't know
actually
each other
supposed to
when
be
the ring
about 10
happens.
years old when Bilbo comes to
Right.
Rivendell.
So I would be
That'd
like
be weird.
it would be weird for him to go around the world and then
I think
kind of
it
bump
would-
elbows with
Right.
people.
I don't think that they would do too much like callback or characters we already know. It's going to be kind of weird because he was like a foster child and he lived in Rivendell till he was about 20.
Right.
And fun fact, he didn't even meet Arwen until he was about that age because Elrond didn't want them to get together, so he sent her away to Galadriel for a bit, and then she came back, and then
Otherwise known as boarding school.
yeah, elf boarding school, for like 20 years or so.
For 20 years.
Takes a long time. Elves
Which
are
is like
pretty,
a
but they're
half
dumb.
hour.
They're pretty dumb. Especially Liv Tyler. God rest her soul.
Oh, is she dead?
Her career is. Unless she makes a reprise. I don't know. So anyway, he doesn't even find out that he's like the heir of the throne, like Isildur's
Right.
bloodline, until he's about that age. And that's kind of the reason that he goes out and he does his rangings, and he kind of reconnects with the Rangers, and he does a whole lot of stuff. Like, that's around the same time that he goes to battle with, on the side of the Rohan, where he, what's the king's name? Dude, I'm blanking.
There's Eomer.
Éomer, and then Éomer's uncle is the king.
Eowyn.
Anyway, like in the Two Towers they reference, they're like, he's 87. He's like, yeah, and he went to battle like with your dad or with his dad or whatever. That can't be right. He's like, yeah, it's true. And
That's right. Oh, I'd
they,
love to see
they
those
could bring the
battles.
Rohan back, and actually he fought like in disguise under a different alias as a soldier of Gondor for a bit too. So he's been all over because he's super old.
Dude, I would love... yeah, exactly.
So they have a
is
huge
good,
spectrum.
He is a good person to do because as a ranger, he can be going throughout Middle Earth. He can be traveling. He can be
he
going
could
on
be fighting
adventures.
orcs. He could be fighting the Nazgul.
The only thing is, I wonder what kind of a show it'll really be in that aspect because it does seem very one-dimensional kind of when you talk about it, kind of going
But
on
that's
other
just the
adventures.
speculation right now. We don't
True.
know. I mean, because there's going to be other things like... I think if it's around the same time period, they could make it work that the Witch King is one of the main antagonists.
Yeah.
And they could see him doing his bad thing, and then the whole taking over of Minas Morgul. And then there's the whole thing about characters that are brand new that aren't real. That they could like invent the way Game of Thrones invented characters for the show, or they just took somebody and then kind of totally rewrote their character, like Bronn, who is like a show favorite, but he doesn't really have the same part in the book. I don't know. There's a lot that they could do. So if you're interested in that, I'm gonna be still doing that whenever I can. Probably gonna be releasing like one video a month, but also something new that's kind of under the noisy business. production branch
Umbrella.
is this idea that Brayton has, and he's going to promote that.
Yeah, so-
what's your idea?
So, this is going to be another podcast that we'll be doing called Tell Me About It, which is kind of a pseudo book club where we will do a fairy tale where we will talk about the background of it, who wrote it, and then kind of walk through the story, kind of riff on it, talk about the weird stuff about the fairy tale that's in it. We're talking like the Goldilocks and the Three Bears,
Classics.
Hansel, Gretel, all these kind of fairy tale stories that you can kind of pretty quickly go through, and it'll be just a fun way of kind of going through. Kind of like watching a TV show where you review it every week, but in this case, it'll be very, very old tales.
Yeah, and the cool thing is it's tales that people are familiar with, but there's, like, a lot of them are, like, Old English or Norse, or, like, the German ones are, like, really weird because they have, like, a darker twist kind of to them. Like, there's some sketchy stuff that goes on, so it's gonna be something that's you're gonna learn new things about stories that you thought you knew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times the versions that we heard are kid story versions that are watered down for our culture too. So what I'll try and do is find the original versions and read those, and we'll talk about them.
Yeah.
So that'll be called Tell Me About It.
Tell Me About It. Working on that soon. You, me, Garrett? Or who's gonna be the main? Who's gonna be doing a lot of the reading?
Well, I'll probably head up the reading
it,
and the background stuff, and so
Garrett will not be involved.
Garrett will for sure not be involved. But it'll be you know what, I think we'll have an open door policy if there's a particular person or someone who wants to come in on it with us. I think we're gonna figure it out as we go. Trying to figure out whether or not we want to record it as a series and then just release it, or if we want to have it kind of be a week by week thing and say next week we're doing this one, so read it.
I think
and then
it could be both.
Come back.
It could be trying to do as much pre-production as possible.
Well, because if we do it that way, where we say next week we're going to be doing this story and read it, tweet us like some questions or comments on it, then we can have that be part of the process as well. But so we're all we're gonna be experimenting on some stuff that we want to that we're all interested in, that we want to get done.
Yeah, branching out.
Yeah. Also, Salad Power Hour.
Also, this might be the end of the Salad Power Hour.
It's true. It was a good first episode and last episode because no one ever wants to talk about Thousand Island Dressing too much. Least of all this guy, because I would rather not think about it. Not have it be part of my life and in my thoughts.
Okay. So
I'm kind of on a cleanse, not thinking about it.
I just don't need that kind of negativity in my life right now.
It's true. You know, some people avoid like news to try and make sure that
some people avoid facts. No,
facts. Things like that.
Fake news.
I try and stay away from Thousand Island Dressing.
There you go. All right. So, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, let's just
we're running out of time.
Get to that million,
Oh yeah. So if you wanna, you can find us on Patreon.
Yeah, if you wanna, you can find Sean trying to proposition the homeless.
I was gonna say, meet me at Sunset Boulevard next Thursday and Friday.
You drive
night.
all the way up to LA.
I drive all. That's where the money is to be made. That's where the homeless people need it more.
That's where the homeless people need it. That's where I need to spend my key.
I dress up as a Bumblebee from Transformers, and I bumble some bees.
I bumble some bees.
That's right. I do.
But yeah,
I do not.
Noisy Business is back, people.
Noisy Business is back.
We're gonna be doing more stuff like this, and you know what? We tried to make it more informal. Like, we didn't have it. Like, we almost had a donut plan, but then Garrett ruined it.
Yeah,
so.
It's hard. That's why Noisy Business is so sporadic. Because it's hard to plan ahead because you don't know who's going to be there and you don't know what day it's going to land on that you record. So you don't ever know what you're going to be talking about. And but with this new content with Tell Me About It and like Lord of the Rings coming in, hopefully Garrett getting more involved and other stuff, we're gonna just be pumping out more things.
It could be that
Creativity.
this podcast will be the one that we will just mess around, talk about things where
Like we've always done.
all the way from strictly salads to Han Solo.
Yeah, that was a good chunk. I don't think any podcast, even like a health conscious like vegetarian, nobody's talked about salad the way we've talked.
For sure, no one has talked about Subway in such a derogatory term without bringing up Jared.
Let's talk about titles for this episode. We could say it could be done like generic, like we said, the Salad Power Hour, or it's like the Subway Bowl, the real bad guy of the Patriot.
The real bad guy. Find your inner patriot and make a Subway salad.
or trough.
Or
Because I like to talk it.
or Jared's last nerve.
Jared's last nerve. We're not talking about molesting boys.
Oh.
Or we could talk about Salad Island dressing versus the Subway Bowl. Who's the real devil?
Who's the real devil? Actually,
it's 1,000 out.
This actually,
I'll give you
I think-
1,000 reasons.
I think we're realizing salad's very hard to make clickbaity.
You know how people are always like navigating the internet trying to find more content involving salad?
Oh, how about how to make a salad
How to make
at Subway?
Subway. All right. Well, follow us on.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Follow
guys.
us or don't follow us. We still have we've had a few drop off on like Instagram and stuff. Facebook never took off because nobody used Facebook anymore.
It's very hard to measure the success of anything anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why I stay away from it.
So we don't check your tweets.
Yeah. Well,
We don't check your comments. We don't accept your friend
yeah.
requests.
It's also very easy to ignore it because there are none.
Ah, true.
It's true. Hey, Drew. I'm
Drew,
glad you're listening.
Shoot, let's see. Jacob, Josh, Robbie, Drew, Dad?
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 I know my dad's not listening.
Why doesn't
He's
your dad
probably
listen?
sucking
He
down
probably
a
got pissed
big
off
bowl
whenever
of
we were talking
wishbone
about that
dressing.
He's like, no,
Dad, I know you kept a bottle underneath your pillow.
He's like, babe, what are you doing? Calm down. I'm not doing anything with my dick. I'm just stealing salad dressing that I'm not sharing with the rest of
From
the
Brayton's birthday bash.
There's still some more in there. Birthday bash.
Your face just gets, your neck just gets all striated. and-
I've been practicing.
He is working out, guys. Well, anyway,
Thanks for listening.
Sean's got a long drive ahead of him, so
Yeah, I'm driving all the way to Sunset Boulevard. Wish me luck. You can follow me on my alias page on Twitter. It is called Ground and Pound.
hashtag ground and pound.
Asterisk
Ooh.
is extra.
Oh, all right.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Noisy Business Podcast. Hopefully Garrett will join us on the next one. And we will be definitely promoting more things whenever we have more creative content for you guys that we want to check out. That we want you to check out.
That we want you
We want to be
To
checked
check
out
out.
by you.
to check out.
We want us to check. We want you to check us out like a library book in your youth.
Yeah. That way, it
Couple times a year, only, and you're embarrassed to talk about it. There you go.
Yeah, we need to figure out a tagline or something because
We are really bad at ending.
and we've almost ended this a couple of times.
We never have a sign off. That's
Yeah.
right. Noisy
Okay, hold on.
business.
Let's-
The business is always noisy.
Oh, keep talking. How about that? Or not?
Keep talking.
Or
no,
stop talking.
Stop talking. Yeah, stop
All right.
talking. That's good. All right, noisy
We'll just
business.
end it-
Stop talking.
No, we're not.